Was good, was good. Everybody, everyone's. If you were in the building on the early tip, please press like for your peoples. Yeah, I mean, so the Knicks lose to the Pacers. I hate the Pacers. We spoke about that last time, how much I hate the Pacers. So losing to them makes me mad. But Knicks lose to the Pacers 125 to 111. We fought hard most of that game. But in the end, I think the lack of size and the Pacers scoring pace, was a little bit too much for us to overcome last night. Another amazing game from Jalen Brunson, though. Our new additions also played well. Being that they only been members of the team for a day and a half into that point, like, but they played well, and people with common sense know that we just gotta wait till we get healthy. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be tough, but we just gotta be healthy. We're playing Taj, who's I'm gonna get into that a little bit more later. We're playing Taj, that's fourth center on the depth chart. You know what I mean? Like it's rough to watch. It's frustrating because I'm a sore loser and I don't like losing, even when I know we supposed to be losing some of these games. I still don't want to lose, and it's still rough to watch. But I do appreciate the effort of the team. But yeah, on to the next. Shout out to Darlene in the building. Mrs. Knicks, how you feel?
Same way. I mean, not so mad because I know this team is beatable. We can beat them. And we just undermanned. I think if iHeart would have played, it would have made a big difference. You know what I mean? And even seeing Jalen Brunson on the court last night, I kept holding my breath because I'm just like, we just need to stay healthy. Two more games
Facts.
until All-Star break. But,
Facts.
These next couple of games are just going to be tough. And if we can come out with at least one win, I'll be okay, until All-Star break. And then hopefully we should start getting guys back. So it's just, hanging tight until that point. And once we get there, we're going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah. So you 100% right. Get into a little bit more detail of the game. Whatchamacallit. I like what I saw from. We got a little glimpse of my boy fourth quarter AB. You feel me? We got a little glimpse of fourth quarter AB. In the fourth quarter, he started turning up. I was like, they better be careful because he made 3 threes back to back. Yeah. And I think he cut it to like an 11-point game or something like that, or 12-point game or something like that. I was like, fourth quarter AB, are we about to watch a miracle happen? But no such luck. We got, I seen a lot of people complaining about the team yesterday, which kind of baffled me, knowing how shorthanded we are. I've seen people complaining about Taj, like, Taj, we need a different body. I'm like, first of all, Taj is not even supposed to be playing. There are 3 centers before Taj.
Right.
Who in the world you think you're going to get as your 4th center who's going to play much better? Who?
Right.
Somebody who's going to know that once the team is healthy, you got 3 other guys that's ahead of you. So you're not going to play. I've seen people saying Robin Lopez. Robin Lopez is no better than Taj Gibson. Robin Lopez, we had him, and he was just as trash when he was here.
He's slow as hell too. Like
exactly. So like those kind of complaints don't make sense to me. But the reason why we have a Taj is because of what he could bring to the locker room. Taj at this point is a locker room guy, and that's what I appreciate for him. Like, even him just being out there giving effort the way he does, still, I appreciate it because you're not even supposed to be playing, dog. Right?
Right.
And then more complaints. I've seen people complaining about Josh Hart, and I'm like, we're asking Josh Hart to do a lot of stuff that he's not supposed to even be doing. We're asking him to take over playmaking duty. We're asking him to defend some of the best players on the team, rebound the ball at an abnormally high level for a guard,
A short guard.
a short, a short guard, and you want him to score. So, like, pick up his scoring rate. That's something that he's not naturally doing. Like, his game is we're gonna get in fast break. I'm gonna try to score there. I'm gonna occasionally hit an open corner three. But we like, no, we need you to do more. We need you to play make now. Add on to his already heavy workload. Pause. And I'm not mad at him when sometimes it's just like, yo, it's not working. It's just like how when we had Alec Burke the first time before we traded him, and we was asking him to do something that he's not normally comfortable with doing. Just because you could do something sometimes don't mean you should be doing it all the time. And we're seeing that with Josh Hart. Last night was one of those things where I felt like we were just asking him to do a little bit too much. You know what I mean? And it showed in his game. He turned over the ball a lot. One thing I do need to say that he need to stop doing, stop freaking jumping to pass the ball. Stop jumping to pass the ball. It was a play last night where he jumped. He was in the lane. I promise you, when he jumped, he was like maybe not even 4 feet away from the basket. He could have floated it. He could have finger rolled it. He could have did something. But instead, he got stuck in the air and got caught with a travel. And I'm like, that's not what I need you to do, my guy. I know you're trying to make the extra pass, but when you're in front, and a lot of the team does that, they'll have the layup, and instead of going for the layup, they'll try to kick it out.
Yeah.
And we see a lot of that happening, especially with Julius not in a game, and OG, who guys who are more proficient at attacking the basket. We saw that a lot in these last few games, but last night in particularly, I saw that we started off slow, shooting a 3-ball, and we refused to go to the basket for a while. And I'm like, yo, we missing threes. Like, we can't keep on shooting threes. Yeah, and Precious Achua, I like that guy, man. I like Precious, man. Like, I wasn't sold, but I'm sold now. I am
He was a
sold
great
now.
addition to that trade.
Absolutely, as an add-on, which is crazy. The way that he was attacking the basket, the way that he was relentless on the boards, even though he has 6 rebounds, you saw that he was in the mix in almost every rebound. He's impressive, man. Hopefully, because clearly he's not going to stop shooting the 3. So hopefully he can get more consistent. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully he gets more consistent shooting the 3. That's my hope for him. But yeah, he was great. Deuce need to be more aggressive, man. Because when he is, things happen. You saw when he attacked the basket, and I was like, this is the Deuce I've been waiting for. You know what I mean? Not being scared to attack the basket. Yes, you're going to get blocked sometimes. Yes, you might turn over. That happens. That's a part of the game. But you cannot be scared to do these things. He's a pretty solid mid-range shooter as well. You attacking the basket will open up that level for you. People don't play him to attack because they know he's going to pull the ball out because whatever reason. But yeah, it's rough to watch, man. I got other stuff, but I know I'm being long-winded and I want to get your take on some of the game.
My bad.
No, you're good.
There you go, Kev.
I mean, the same
My
thing.
bad.
Like, I've liked Precious, since the trade. When we traded for him, I was very happy he was part of it. So, I mean, I'm glad to see he's gotten comfortable and his numbers speak volumes to know that that's coming. That's going to be coming from behind Randall.
Bless you. Mm-hmm.
That was a major part of what we were missing prior to the trade. Was someone solid that can back him up. So it's going to be awesome to see again once we're healthy. And Deuce, same thing. I mean, I agree he should be more aggressive, like trying to get into the paint and take it to the whole more. But like you said, I think it's because he's so small. He's scared to get blocked, or maybe even just. I mean, bro, he just seen his whole everybody he got drafted with traded. So I can see why he doesn't want to mess up. He wants to make the right plays. Um, but yeah, he could definitely try and. I mean, hopefully he works more with Jalen. Jalen's also undersized, so he could see Jalen getting it done. He could definitely do it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What was y'all talking
Kev,
about?
what's your shout out to Kev for pulling up. What's your feel on?
What's going on?
We just talking about the game. We just talking about the game. What's your feel about last night's game?
Well, I miss most
You
of the
heard me?
second half. Yeah. I heard you.
Oh, am I freezing?
I missed most of the second half. I didn't get to. I can't really. I know the fourth quarter. I saw that Alex Burke kind of like fourth quarter Burke was back.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter Burks was back. I think he had like 15 in the fourth quarter, but I missed that. I didn't get to see it, so I missed the second half. So I'm gonna have to go back to the film and watch it. But I did see the first half, and I thought the first half, they were going back and forth. I know we missed a lot of 3-point shots, but it was a pretty decent first half for a team that was kind of deflated because some of our main guys was out. But I thought the first half was they played pretty decent. Um, that's what's gonna happen when you shorthanded. I'm not too concerned. I'm not mad at this loss. Could we have done a few things better? Yes, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna say just because we lost this game, it's time to be concerned.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. And especially when you you just added players a day and a half ago. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
uh
Mm-hmm.
it you saw a little bit of that when it came to the mistakes that were being made. Uh Alec Burke turned over the ball a few times. So did Vogie. Um and those things are going to be worked out. Like if it was confusion as far as where they supposed to be on the court. You see Jalen Brunson have to like direct people like, yo, no, go there,
Yeah.
go over there.
Yeah.
Like, and he had to do
Yeah,
that
they
most of
haven't
the
even
game.
gotten
I
one
mean, even
practice in.
yeah, even with when it came to pressures, because he's playing a different role from when he showed up to the team. You see JB having to direct him as well. Like, no. don't send the pick. Go over there. You feel me? Like, so there's those things that's gonna have to be worked out. Yeah, I mean, and I'm not worried. I love what I saw from the new guys, but we in a position, being short staffed where we have to play almost mistake free basketball, and that's
Mhm.
another thing that cost us last night. We made a lot of mistakes, and I'm not mad at the mistakes because again, it's the new additions, us being understaffed, but we have to find a way to limit our mistakes because our effort is always going to be there. The defense wasn't really there last night, and that's mostly because we had no rim protection. Again, Taj, even though he's old, he's never in his career been a rim protector. Like never. Even when he was in his prime, he was never a rim protector. So, pretty much the Pacers had an open run to the basket all night. And again,
Mhm.
that's something that was hard to keep up with because we couldn't get the stops. We were making mistakes, and that's why we lost the game. But again, you can't be mad at this loss. Like I was on, I was trying to stay off Twitter, but I couldn't, because I was frustrated, so I needed something to do. I was frustrated, so I needed something to do, and being on Twitter never helps. But I was on Twitter, and I'm like, no way in the world these people are complaining about Taj Gibson. Like well, why we have Taj? We need to do. I'm like, yo, bro, he's the fourth on the depth chart. Fourth. He's not even supposed to be in the game. He's supposed to be for the locker room, clapping it up on the bench, giving moral support to the guys, teaching the younger guys how to play in Coach Tibbs' system, right? But you got people on Twitter that's saying that, oh, I don't know why we need a different body. We need somebody else. I'm like, who else you want to get to play a handful of games and know that once we're healthy, going to sit on the bench for the rest of the season? Like, who wants to come and do that, right? And that's going to be a good locker room addition, not somebody who's going to soak and be mad that they're not playing, right?
Right.
Nobody. That's why you get Taj. And for what it's worth, from somebody in that position, I don't think Taj was awful. Like, I don't think he was that bad for the position that he is in. You feel me? Like, I thought he gave decent minutes. I also think he gave bad minutes. It's just, it is what it is. Especially for somebody who just came off the couch. Off the couch. He wasn't even playing. Didn't have no training camp. None of that. Off the couch. So,
and you got to remember his age and the fact that we were playing one of the fastest paced teams in the Pacers. Like, he looked winded. Even the game before, he looked winded at certain points. He's old. He is our Udonis Haslam at this point, and should be played that much.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Facts.
That's a good one.
That's facts.
That's a fact.
So that's what I'm saying. I can't be mad. And, people complain about Josh Hart. The man just had 2 triple doubles back to back. And I see people, oh, he's garbage. He's trash. I'm like,
no, I don't see that shit. I just don't, like, for even for us to be undermanned the way we are, and for him to still keep, you still see this team fighting and trying to stay in games and still hustling and making rebounds and this and that. You're not gonna get that a lot from a lot of players in this league, bro. Not that kind of hustle, not that kind of heart. Like, this dude is a 6'4" guard, averaging almost 10 rebounds a game, bro. Like, if you look at it, man, like, the loose balls that he be getting is crazy. Now, would I say, like, his shot, needs to, I know last year when he got to us, he shot the 3-ball much better, but this year that hasn't been the case. But if somehow he could get that to drop, I think that's all we need from him, because everything else he does good. Defense, rebounding, looking for everybody else on the floor, running the floor, taking it to the basket with aggression. Like, Hart does that. So when I see people say he's a bum, I'm like, man, I don't understand it, bro. It's confusing to me.
He impacts winning. We say it every
show. The record since we've got him is crazy, bro. The record since we've got him, since the trade, the record is crazy. We could go back and now from when we can update the record. It still looks crazy. It's still 40 plus wins since the Josh Hart trade. 40 plus, almost 50. Almost 50.
Yeah. So finesse, yeah, check it, man. Josh Hart was not brought here to be a scorer, bro. He was not.
No.
So and I think this is where everybody gets the Josh Hart is a bum shit from, because he's not scoring at a high clip. Bro, that's not why he was here. If you check why he's here and the things that he's been doing since he's been here, he's been excelling in the reasons why we brought him here. We brought him here to be a defender. We brought him here to rebound the ball from the guard position. We got him here to help push the pace. and make things happen in transition. And he's been doing all those things really well. Now, offensively, when it comes to shooting, can he be better? Absolutely. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. He needs to figure out his jump shot and be more consistent with shooting a three-point shot, especially the wide open ones. Like, yes, that's something that he can work on, but he's a bum. No, he's not. He's playing his role the way he should be playing his role. His role is to be an energy guy, high level energy guy, and do all the dirty work plays that your stars shouldn't have to. And he's been excelling in that role. He's supposed to be coming off the bench, and he's been starting as of late. You feel me? Like there's a lot of things going on with this team because of injuries, where guys have to step up and do more than they're capable of doing because of injury. Right? When Josh Hart was
Mm-hmm.
coming off the bench and playing his role, when he moved back from playing power forward to being a guard and slash small forward, he was playing great basketball. Now, again, his role has changed and he's being asked to do more than we should be asking him to do. And he's struggling a little bit in just the scoring aspect because he's still rebounding well, still playing pretty
Mm-hmm.
decent defense. He's still
Mm-hmm.
getting in transition and pushing the tempo for the team. Like, it's just he's not shooting well. Like, so yeah, him being him being a bum is crazy. Like, that's crazy talk. Y'all saying,
It's a reach.
hey,
It's a
look, and
reach.
this is the thing, y'all be so locked in on numbers. 80 mil ain't nothing in today's NBA, bro. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. This
Not
is not 95, bro. This is not 95 to the early 2000s. 81 million is nothing. And I think he got 81 million for 4 years, right? That's less than
yep.
20. That's like 16 mil or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Like, that is the average role player salary now, son.
And you know, it be role players like him that help teams win championships, bro. Role
Yeah.
players be role players sometimes that be the ones to step up and help you win, bro. You know, make those plays that, like you said, some stars ain't gonna make.
How many times we watch Josh Hart, get the multiple effort rebounds in the end of the fourth quarter to help us seal a victory? I'm not talking about just in the same possession, 3-4 times. Josh Hart rebound, we miss,
Boy
rebound,
flying like
we miss,
he's Superman.
rebound. And
Yo,
this is
and
when
then and,
go
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then
ahead.
not only that, he'll grab the rebound, push it the other way, all the way to the basket, going coast to coast on you, make it look easy.
You know, I so that's why and these are the reasons why when people be like Josh Hart is a bum, I'll be like, you guys are bugging. You feel me? Y'all want a
Word.
team full of all stars, and that's not how it works.
Right. And
That's
and,
not
and
how it
and
works.
let's not think that both he and Dante were not brought here because of the perfect fit to Jalen.
Exactly.
Which is a
Exactly.
huge part, a huge part. I mean, what they've shown us on the team is more than I expected, to be honest. But I mean, they fit in perfectly with Jalen and the team in general. It just gels well, and it's not always about how many points they can give us, and it's about all the other things. Every team that's won a championship always had that dirty work player, the one that didn't mind doing all the dirty work, and Josh is that on top of our bigs.
Yeah.
Hmm. We got a
Yeah. It's a
few of
fact.
those. We got a few of those guys.
Facts,
We got a
facts.
few of
It's a fact
them.
because that's how you build a team. Because you got your scorers and Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson,
Mhm.
and Dante DiVincenzo has emerged as the third offensive option. Like, I like OG, and OG is going to get you buckets. OG is going to get you 18 to 20 points. But then you also got another guy in Dante DiVincenzo on any given night can score. He showed that
30,
he could score
30.
30, 25. Like, so you need guys like Josh Hart. You need, even though OG he's a two-way threat. Josh Hart, OG, Hart, Hartenstein, you know, Precious. You need those guys around those kind of players to do the dirty work and the grunt work and slow teams down. This team, listen, at full health, this team is built beautifully. I can't wait to see it. We're gonna get Mitch back at the end of the season. I mean, maybe sooner than the end of the season, because he's about to start on court work. So when this team, oh man,
He might be back
Kev,
like before the end of March.
beautiful. Yeah, Kev, I see you put that comment up. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, it's just that's just what it is,
Bro.
man. Like, you can't have all these all-stars on one team. Too much ego, too much I want to do this, too much I want to make this decision, too much I want to bring this guy to the team, too much, it's too much. and I'm good with that. I like what we're doing right now. I like the way Leon Rose is building, putting this team together.
Absolutely.
And it's once we get healthy, once we fix that, that little problem, I think we should be perfectly fine, ready for the Eastern Conference Finals. Now there's no excuses. There's no excuses now. We got like with the moves that you made, now that's what we have to strive for. We can't, anything less than that is fail. It's a failure.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Before we continue to move on, because I know Kev had a topic he wanted to talk about with Coach Tommy T. I want to just see. Look, listen. Now, finesse. Now you speaking my language, good brother. Now me and you are on the same page, because that's where I'm at, good brother. That's where I'm at. Word. Yeah. So I just want to talk about how much I dislike the Pacers. And I know we talked about this before, and Anna was like, it's deep rooted. Reggie, Roy Hibbert. Oh yeah, I agree.
PJ Brown.
Yeah, but
he was
the Heat. He's the Heat.
Yeah, I hate them as much.
I agree. Those things make me have a certain level of disdain for the Pacers. But I also, after that era, I remember a period of time not even caring that we played the Pacers. Like, it wasn't a thing like, I want to beat them. It was more like, we're playing the Pacers. But now, with the emergence of Tyrese Halliburton, he annoys my soul. I don't like him. I don't like him. And it's like, when they was on the court, it's still a very close game, and they're smiling and doing all this goofy shit. And I'm like, y'all not even playing us at full health, and y'all acting like y'all washing us up and y'all beating us at full strength, world beaters, and you smiling and doing all this goofy shit. Obi Toppin doing that goofy shit between the legs. Obi, you was my boy. You was my boy, and you tried to show out and failed. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Yo, we had to say,
just for trying it. If it was up, this is how I work. Just for you trying it, right? Yeah, Julius Randle was hilarious with that. Just for you.
I was just laughing when he did. I was like, that was terrible. That was terrible, Obi.
Yo, just for you trying it, right? This is the way I operate. This is for you trying to, show up the Knicks, your former team. I would boo you every time you came to the arena now. That's the way I am. Like, why would you try that, bro? Like, why would you try that? Like, and Tyrese Halliburton, his face, it's something about his face and his mannerisms on the basketball court that I just dislike. It irritates my soul. I do not like him, and I want us to beat Tyrese Halliburton every time we can. Like, I hate him. I hope we played him in the first round, and so we can pack them up early, send them home early. That's what I want to make my life complete. I really despise the Pacers again. Like, I dislike Miami, but I don't have this same irritating feeling that I get from Tyrese Halliburton as the Miami Heat. Can't stand Tyrese Halliburton. I just had to get that off my chest, just had to, because the whole time I'm sitting there like, please beat these guys. please, please find a way to win this game because I hate Tyrese Halliburton. I hate him. Yeah. All right, I'm done. I'm done.
I think that the Pacers, just the 2 out of the 3 times we faced them this year, they caught us at the wrong time. The first time they called us, we just made a trade. Like I don't even get like we just made a trade. We lost 2 of our guys. So that kind of had us set back, and then the second one, that was a great game. I thought that was a fucking great game. The Knicks played well down the stretch, and we were able to pull that off at the Garden. And then this game, of course, like bro, you know, it just goes to show you, bro. Like we deeper. Yeah, they young, but I think that we deeper. I think we have more depth than they do. Um,
Absolutely.
um, and I think once we get our guys back, yeah, because you guys had your big man. Y'all had y'all big man down low. You know what I'm saying? And we still show effort. We still, we may have gotten out rebounded, but not, nothing crazy. You know what I mean? Um, um, but I feel like the next time around when we play them, it's gonna be a different story.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that rookie big man too that they had, he was getting on my damn nerve too. I'm like, oh, you doing too much, Playboy. You're doing too much. You you
Yeah.
you you's a pup. You just got some PT because you wasn't good enough to play over nobody else. Now you out here acting crazy. Yeah, but yeah,
But it's a
yeah.
good
I
thing
just I can't
because
stand.
they won't know what cards we gonna play when we get to see them in the playoffs. They won't know how to play us full force.
Word.
Nah, yeah, I got you, Jimmy J1. I got you. I got you. My bad. I did go on the whole rant and didn't press the button. I got you, bro. My fault. My fault, y'all. It's my fault. I got you. Because I'm pretty
He
sure,
got ahead
you
of
know,
himself, Jimmy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It wasn't supposed to be a rant. I was just supposed to say how much I dislike Tyrese Halliburton and keep it pushing. It just turned into a rant on the fly. Yeah, so Kev, you had a topic about Coach Tommy T you wanted to get into today. So go ahead.
I just think that a lot goes. I know a lot of people have their differences with Coach T, but just by hearing the way some of these players talk about him, the way Alex Burke was talking about him, when
So
he
you want me
was
to play the clip?
reintroduced to the. You can if you want. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to run the audible because things wasn't working the way it was supposed to, Kev.
Nah, that's cool. That's cool.
He didn't really change much. I don't think so. So I know how he wants to play on both sides of the ball. So I think it won't be as hard of a transition for me.
Alec, what is it about you? Tim just always been such a fan. What is it about you?
I don't know. I don't know, man. We connect. I don't know, and I don't know. We just connect. He likes how I play on the court, off the court. I like how he's coached. We talk off the court a lot when I was here as the Knicks. So he's just a good guy, man. We just cool people, man, together.
I mean, I've been around a lot of old school coaches, and Tips is what I heard one of them. So it won't be a big adjustment for me. I even prefer that like old school coaching, and that's kind of European style. So I'm looking forward for it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yo, I listen, like, Bonjanovic never, I don't think he's never been coached by Tiz before, but to hear him say that, from a guy that's out, outside looking in, could say, that's good to hear. You know what I mean? And the relationship that him and Alec Burks have, like, it's not what people make it seem it. You know what I mean? Like, he's a good coach. I think that he could be stubborn at times with certain things, like, maybe on a game like this where we're down a few guys, maybe you could have played, maybe Top his little brother, gave him some minutes, you know what I mean, to add some depth until our guys come back, like things like that. But other than that, I think he's a he our guys are well coached. They play together. He changed he changed the culture since he's gotten here. I mean, everything is on the up since he's been here. It's been on the up. So that's a good thing for us, man, later down the road. I don't know if the Knicks are planning to resign him, but I think that if we make a run, depending on what we do this year in the playoffs, I think they will resign him, depending on how far we go. But even after that, I think they still might resign him. Who knows what Rose and them might do? But let's see. It's time will tell.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
think he's a
yeah,
great coach. Like you said, he
yeah,
has changed. He's changed uh, the mindset of our guys. He's changed. He's part of. To me, he's still part of the front office, right? Like even though he doesn't have an official title, but I mean his impact on what we see night in and night out. On top of from our what our assistant coaches give the guys and how well the guys talk on them as well. I mean he's a major part of why we have become what we have become. There are minor things I would tweak as well, like having our starters in when we're up by 20. You know what I mean? But I mean, with all relationships, you take the good with the bad, and it is what it is. We went in, like T Time says, can't say nothing about it.
No, facts. And I think that
facts.
even during games, like his adjustments, I think now that he got the kind of players that he wants, the adjustments have been different, not as
Yeah,
bad as they used to be.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like
facts.
at times we used to sit here like, oh, what the fuck is going on? But you're not seeing that this year. This year, you're not
Yeah,
seeing those kind of this. Like this year, he's like you said. I think maybe the certain times when he's playing certain guys where they should be sitting. I think that is one thing I would like to see him change. But other than that, man, like shout out to Tibbs, man.
right.
yeah. I always gotta, state when I'm wrong. I mean, I was a part of the fire coach Tommy T trade, but that's because he got RJ Barrett hurt, and I was really upset. You feel me? And I wasn't a
Mhm.
fan of the rotations at that time. But to end this point, my line is I won't be the fool to argue with results, and the results have been good, uh, especially when we've been healthy. It was positive results. To Kev's point, the adjustments that are being made on a night-to-night basis. This is why we are coming back and beating teams in the fourth quarter because there are adjustments being made. This is why we're a better second half team because adjustments being made, and that's all to Coach Tommy T. There's a lot of knocks on Coach Tommy T's coaching style that really has not been proven. The knock on Coach Tommy T is that he's a poor offensive coach. We've been top 10 in the offense in the last 2 years. Like,
2 years.
if I'm not mistaken, 3 out of the last 4. If I'm not mistaken, we've been top 10 in offense. You already know what he does on the defensive end, and you hear about him running players to the ground, and then when you look at minutes per game, Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson is not even in top 10 in minutes per game this season. So the narratives that being written about Coach Tommy T has largely been false, right? And I won't be the beat. Listen, I still have some disagreements, but my disagreements with Coach Tommy T is becoming fewer and fewer as we get better as a team, as we acquire the pieces that he wants on the team, and we play the style of play that he wants to play. My complaints are being fewer and fewer. It was something else. Damn, I hate when I do that. But yeah, I ain't really got much smoke for Coach Tommy T. Damn, it was something else. I hate when I do that. But yeah, that's it. He'd be doing a great job, man. If I remember, I'll interject. But
I would like to say again for like the millionth time, shout out to Leon Rose for another wonderful deadline. Trading like yo, you you gave up no second round. No first round picks. You still got all our first round picks, and all you gave up was second round picks and some players to get the kind of players that you brought back that was gonna help us for this long run right now.
so it, yeah, get my fuck Kev.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so And you know what's dope about that, right? Just to piggyback off what you were saying is the fact that most of those guys, right? Well, two of the guys that we got before the trade deadline. I'm talking about OG Anunoby and Bogdanovic, right? Uh, before the season, those teams was asking for multiple firsts for those guys. Bogdanovic, I believe they was asking for 3 first-round picks for Bogdanovic. OG, same thing, 3 first-round picks for OG. Toronto was asking for, and to not give up one for both of these guys. Sounds like somebody's been hustling.
It sounds like finally the Knicks are doing the fleecing around here.
You heard. And the bargain that we got is dope. And then to build a team that fits together instead of just chasing names. And you add the fact that we're still uber flexible. We're not committed to any which way. I mean, this is hypothetical. There's not a person on this team that we're stuck with. Not a person, not one person that you could look like that we can't get rid of his contract. Like, not one. And that goes from the top of the ladder to the bottom. Because I guarantee you, even though it's not going to happen, I'm just making a point. Everybody in the world will take Jalen Brunson's contract. Everybody in the world will take Julius Randle's contract. And those are 2 biggest contracts. There's not a team out there that won't be like, you mean I can have him? for that money, I can have him? They would jump at the chance. So I'm just making a point that in any direction that this team is willing to go, we have the assets and the contracts to do it. You feel me? We kind of almost got stuck with Evan Fournier, but look at that. But look at that.
Nobody thought a team would take Evan Fournier and his $18 million and a guy who's not playing, has no value. He has no value, only his contract. And you get him a guy that's coming in that's averaging 20 plus points a game. And can play defense.
Yep.
And he can play defense. He's not a turnstile.
Yeah, we saw him play. We saw him play some solid D last night. And he's going, when he figure out how to play with the Knicks, it's going to be scary, bro, because he's good. Like, you saw, even though they be like, oh, he's slow, but you see he can get to his spots and get where he want to be, even though he's slow. He's like a joker in that aspect. It's not, speed kills, athleticism kills, but if you know how to play the game, you can still get what you want when you want to get it. And he's one of those guys that know how to use the fact that you gotta respect my J. You got to, because not, it's gonna be a long night. So he know how to attack closeouts. He's strong enough to keep guys at bay, and he can finish. Like, he could finish around the rim. You saw he scooped layup underneath somebody's arm. I was like, that's tough. That's a tough bucket. And he does that, and to get him for what we gave up, which is a whole bunch of people that barely didn't play, like, we gave up
fucking
Evan.
Malachi Flynn. Malachi Flynn.
Who else? It was the third person.
Quentin Grimes.
Quentin Grimes was for Alec Burke, because remember they split up the trade.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So Quinn, Evan, and then the picks. Oh,
Clint Evans, Ryan Arkin, whatever his last.
Yeah, so again, you get a 20-point per game scorer, a 40% 3-point shooter for 3 guys that don't play in second round picks. That's tough. That is tough. So you got to give much respect to the front office, man. Like, I know it's some of y'all, some people out there who want us to make the splashy trade. Most people wanted us to get DeJounte, myself included. But I also know that this front office is not going to get fleeced. We're not overpaying. We're good enough to stay pat and make you have to wait until, all right, now what you going to do? Because nobody's going to give you what you want. So
now you got to give them us for less.
For less. Now I'm not even gonna give you what I was gonna give you the first time.
Right.
You're gonna take
and
the
I
second
think
round.
and I think that's what every possible trade there was. Every time a team came to us, nope, 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 we're not doing that. Nope, nope. You're gonna take this. If you're not gonna take this, there's no trade.
Right.
And that's what I love about Leon Rose and them, man. Like they handling business. Like Maddie said, they about their business.
And I
Like
think one
shout out
thing,
to Maddie Smooth.
one thing
Fact.
also to go back on your take on Bogdanovich being slow, we also have to remember that during the playoffs, the game slows down anyway. So it's going to slow down at his pace. The
Word.
game is running fast right now during regular season, but as the season progresses, things are going to slow down. And playoffs is going to always come down to defense, and that's where we excel at.
Mhm.
That is our highest point of the high, is our defense. And when we're at full strength defensively, no teams are going to be able to get through us. It's just not going to happen. And then to talk about our front office and what they do with trades, you also not
And
only
he's
have they
clutch
made
too.
good
And
trades, huh?
Bogey's clutch too. People forget
Oh
about that.
yeah, for
Bogey
sure,
is a clutch shooter.
for
Yeah,
sure.
my
He
fault,
is. He
guy.
is.
I was looking at, they had threw up some stats, and his pull up three, he's at 47%.
Percent. Yo, that's
47.
crazy.
That is
40.
insane.
Yo, that's the fact.
He was like
Yeah.
40 something percent, like
That's a
around the
fact.
3-point line, but a pull up three, he was at 47. That's unheard
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a fact. That's a
of.
fact. I think his corner three was almost just as good.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like 43 or something. It was some
Yeah, it was
crazy number.
almost just as good, bro. I'm like, yo, and Alec Burke is like 38% on
Yeah.
pull up threes.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
insane. And insane, because think about it. We're going to have OG on one side and one of them on the other side. Like,
All
Cash out.
defenders.
everybody
All
complaining about
defenders.
not having wings and not this. Now what? Now what?
Yeah.
Now Leon Rose got you everything you wanted.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
But
know,
and
and
keep going with what you were saying about the front office.
No, about how good the trades have been. We haven't lost really anything, any major parts. I mean, IQ and RJ were major parts, but for what we got back, we didn't really lose anything. But the add-ons that they've added on to the trades, the Preciouses, you know, bringing in Alec Burks, like those have been major parts of great front office work. And we still have what, 6 first round picks to mess with? That is insane. Like you
for
can't do anything but say thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
yo,
Say thank
like
you.
yo,
Absolutely.
and the fact and that two of those first round picks
Are
could
gonna be
possibly
lottery picks.
lottery picks. If I'm stand correctly, two of those are
So
gonna be lottery picks.
now, if they're protected, then it won't. You know what I mean? So how protected picks work is, say for instance, if there's like, I forgot how high the lottery goes up to, what's considered a lottery. I think it's like up to like 15 or something like that, or
Well,
something like
one of
that.
them is 1 through 12. The other one is 1 through 18 or some shit
So
like that.
so like boom, say for instance, so let's use the 1 through 18 one, right? So if whoever we got the pick from, if their pick falls in the 1 through 18, we don't get that pick. You know what I mean? That pick goes
Oh,
back
okay.
to the original team,
Team.
right? So yeah, so and I don't know if we did swaps, because if we did swaps, that means we still keep our pick if we did
Keep
swaps,
our
right?
pick.
Like yeah. So
And what if they
but
unprotected?
if
Then
it's
we get it no
unprotected,
matter what.
yeah. So like
So
even like with the 12 one. So who? I'm sorry, Kev. I need to ask a question so I could try to make a better point. Who do we have the 1 through 18 from?
what if I'm not mistaken, is either I think it's Detroit. I think it's could it be Detroit or Washington? It's one of them. It's
Yeah,
it's one of them, Detroit or Washington. And
we're
I
not
think
getting
it's
no pick.
unprotected. I think it's unprotected though.
Yeah, I mean, because if it's protected, we're not getting neither one of those picks because those guys is both those teams is probably going to be top 5. Well, they're going to be top 5 in a draft. So yeah, and I'm cool with that as well because we still we're still a good team. We still got a lot of options. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, so yeah.
Damn,
So
I ain't got
like
my
the
I ain't got my
might work.
tablet.
Yeah, they both
I had
protected. So it's
oh there
Washington's 1 through 12
oh there
protected,
you
and
go.
Detroit is protected 1 through 18.
But we could use
Yeah,
those picks in a trade.
but who want to trade for a pick that they're not going to be able to use? You know what I mean? And I think that might be
Man.
an issue with us probably trying to get a DeJounte Murray or something like that. But okay, we still have picks beyond this year. You feel me? And that's the beautiful part too. Like we got 2 first-round picks. Wait, we got 2 or 3 this year, first-round picks. Because I think we still got
4.
ours too, right?
We have
Right.
We got
ours, and then we have a Utah or Cleveland.
Right.
oh, we definitely getting those. We
Yeah,
definitely getting those. You know what I mean? So
and
even
it's
if
no protection on that Utah Cleveland one.
yeah, so like me,
And then
so we
Dallas, we probably will get Dallas's because Dallas's is a protected 1 through 10. I don't see
yeah,
them
they're
getting
not
into
gonna
the
yeah,
lottery.
they're
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah,
be in the top.
they not.
Uh
And then we have a Miami protected 31 through 55.
yeah, that's not all this year, is it?
Yeah.
There's 4 of them this
Holy
year.
shit.
It's all
There's
this year.
4 of them. That's all this year, bro. There's 4 picks this year. 4
Yeah.
first.
Oh nah, we
That's
good.
why
You feel it? Yeah, we
And
good.
then
So even
2025, we have 4. We have our
yeah,
own. We have a Milwaukee protected 1 through 4, which we're gonna get that pick. Then we have
absolutely.
a Detroit protected 31 through 55, and then we have Brooklyn no protection.
Yeah. So the point I'm trying to get at is even though we have those 2 that we're probably not going to get, we still have enough picks to say we want to draft somebody in the draft. We have enough picks to be like, yo, we want to move up.
Yep.
We see somebody we like. We want to move up. We want to go to, say for instance, we get like the 20 something pick. We want to be in the lotto now. So yeah, take these 2 picks, give us your lottery pick. You know what I mean? And we could do stuff like that and throw in like a off player. You feel me? Like, yeah, we want to move up because we really like this person. And we could still remain. And that's when people be like, yo, we gave up all our young talent. I'm like, that's subjective because we still have the ability to draft young talent. You know what I mean? So no matter how you slice it, the front office has had every avenue covered. We got a shit ton of draft picks. We improved our team. You know, I know people are bitter about RJ and Quickly and Grimes. I like Grimes too, but Grimes wasn't living up to what we needed him to live up to. I'm sorry to say it. He was supposed to be able to spread the floor. His jump shot has largely been off this season. It's been super inconsistent. He's still a good defender, you know what I mean? But he hasn't been as elite as he was in years prior this season. I guess it's because of the move or not getting enough shots, whatever. Maybe he was disgruntled for real. Got to move off that. You bring back somebody who's 2 guys who's shooting way better than him. You get in that trade, you get 2 guys who shoot way better than Quentin Grimes, and both are solid defenders. This front office is doing an A++ job, man. Got to tip your cap. Got to.
I think you're gonna see something different in Grimes now in Detroit. He ain't got many 2 options. He ain't gonna have too many options in front of him over there now. If he can't do it over there, then I don't know.
Yeah, facts.
What up? What up,
Good?
100?
It was good, JJ. Yeah, I mean, my boy JJ. Knicks 100. You know what I mean? Knicks loyalty was good.
Nick's loyalty was
Yeah,
goody. Was goody. That's the first time I seen
yeah.
this loyalty. I think it was goody, bro. Shout out to you for pulling up
Yeah,
on from Twitter. From Twitter.
that's facts.
Appreciate
That's
you, my
facts.
brother.
Like
Appreciate you,
I
my
usually
guy.
don't see those Twitter comments, and then I was like,
Yo,
oh shit.
word. That's a fact. That's
Yo,
a fact.
but if you in the building, hit the like button. I'm seeing a lot of people
Fact.
in the building, but not enough likes. You already know the
Facts.
vibe. But yeah,
Facts. And
man.
hit the share and like. Hit that share and
Yeah,
like.
facts. Tony's in
Tony,
the
let's go.
building.
What up, Tone?
Th-
It's good,
Thanos
Tone.
of New York. You know what I mean? Thanos of New York is in the building. You know what I
Word.
mean? But yeah,
I remember.
I
I
mean,
remember when we first met Tony on the on what you call it
Spaces.
on the spaces. We was doing the spaces and you know I remember that. That was dope.
Yeah. Shout out to Tony. Tony became Tony became an instant favorite of mine on Spaces because his takes and the way that he articulate himself is fire, and I appreciate
It
that.
was
Right?
good, right?
Like,
Nah,
and
word.
and he makes sense. And he
Fact,
makes sense.
fact, fact. You do be making a lot of sense. And the shit, and the thing is that he makes so much sense that people just don't like it. They
The fact,
they don't like it, you know.
yo,
And you know that
Tony
was
be
the
on the
one thing I
wall.
loved about Tony. Yeah. And I wish I had that kind of patience like him to go on these spaces and do that. Sometimes I just can't.
Yeah, nah,
Like
I
yo,
can't do Spaces.
I give him a big shout out, man, because sometimes I just leave like I'm out.
Yeah, I can't do Spaces. I don't I don't have the mental capacity to deal with that much stupidity. And Tony, hats off to you for going to bat. Oh, from VA, shout out to
Hey,
Knicks loyalty all the way from VA. You know what I mean? Appreciate you. But yeah, man,
My guy Ray
back
was
to
good.
brass
My
tacks.
guy Ray too is another one, another dope content creator.
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all pressing that like button and sharing. But yeah, back to brass tacks. You know, so right now we have to like I said earlier, we have to figure out a way. Yo, JJ, that's
I remember, yo.
hilarious.
I remember that. I remember, yo. I remember when he was talking about too. I remember that day. I clearly remember that day that him and Tony were going at it. That was hilarious.
Yeah, but what you call it? You know, back to brass tacks. Came back to the team. Uh, you know, we at a space where we need to get through. All-Star break. All-Star break can't get here soon enough for the Knicks. I appreciate everything our front office did. Now the last piece is just for us to get healthy. Like this shit has been
Word.
unreal. I don't remember the last time I've seen the Knicks be this injured in my whole time. Like, I mean, in the recent time, because I'm pretty sure you could go back far enough and see. But yeah, in recent years, I haven't seen this before. And the way that is
Mhm.
happening, like all at the same time, it gives me hope that maybe we can just get this out the way now so we could go into the postseason completely healthy. And I promise you, I could guarantee it. If you look at most teams in the East and they be like, I don't want to play the Knicks. I don't want to play the Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I mean? That's when I want to play the Knicks. I don't want to play the Knicks first round. I don't want to play them second round. I want to play them Eastern Conference Finals because it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. And I don't see too many teams that could beat us in a 7-game series in the East. Milwaukee can't do it. I don't care what nobody say. Miami can't do it. Cleveland damn sure can't do it. No matter what people are trying to say now, they can't do it. They can't do it, bro. That's why when I go Eastern Conference Finals and beyond, it's a real thing. And like Kev said, there's no excuse at this point. It has to happen. Guys have to show up and step up and do because there's no excuse. This front office has given the coach and the team the right pieces to compete. And shout out to Leon Rose from keeping his word. Me and Kev used to talk about this all the time. Me and Kev used to be like, yo, Why do Leon Rose have to keep on doing interviews when the plan has never changed? He said all this shit from day one. Everything that he said day one is happening now. He said 4 or 5 years we gonna be contenders, and look at us. We're a contending team now. 4 years later. So why do I have? Why does my boy Leon Rose need to get on camera so you can ask some stupid ass questions to try to trip him up? On my see, look, this. Hold on, this turning into a rant. Hold on. This turning into a rant. I don't want to get yelled at again. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. It's turning into a rant. I didn't want to get yelled at again. Shout out to Darlene and Jimmy J1. So yeah, so why does my guy got back to the rant? So why does my guy got to get on in front of these reporters so they can try to trip him up and mince his words when the plan has never changed? Yes, we took a detour by not making the playoffs 2 years ago. We took a detour. No plan is a straight shot. Nobody ever made a plan and everything just goes 100% right. But there's always contingencies in these plans, because even when we failed with the Kemba Walker experience, that wasn't a contract that was hard to get off. Off season, first person to go was Kemba Walker.
Word.
First person to go was Kemba Walker, right?
Alec Burke.
It's sad that Alec Burke was a casualty to that. You know what I mean? But the plan has never changed. It's never changed. And now we're a contending team, and Leon Rose has kept his word. Yeah, you might not like the route that we took. We might not have gotten the players that you thought we should have got, but the results are where you want them to be. You want us to be actual contenders for the Eastern Conference Finals and the finals, man. And that's where we're at. 4 years after Leon Rose said 4 years, this is where we'll be. Yep. So how can anybody be mad? Retire the sleeping mean, because he wasn't sleeping, he was meditating.
he was gravitating all this in now. Like, yo, he was throwing all this out into the atmosphere, and look what came to him, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. He was wide awake while y'all was sleeping. Y'all was in y'all millionth dream. Y'all didn't see none of this coming. And Leon Rose came right underneath y'all and swiped y'all off y'all feet and made all these crazy trades that got y'all wilding right now. The OG trade came unexpected. Crazy unexpected. Nobody even, and then what we said earlier, what we gave up for the man was crazy unexpected. You know what I mean? And then this last trade, like, bro, you can't ask more from Leon from what he's doing right now, bro. It's amazing.
And it takes a lot of guts to trade your third overall pick, especially in this market where people are so crucial. Like, that takes guts, man. Like yo, because it's not like RJ Barrett was horrible. You know what I mean? He wasn't trash. There was a major room for improvement. But for your front office to go, yeah, I think it's time to move on from this and bring in exactly what this team needed: elite wing defender, knock down, catch and shoot from the corners, having the wherewithal to know that JB will be the guy that he is. Like, I didn't see this coming. Shout out to my guy. What's the boy name from Twitter that was on the spaces the whole time? Precocious neophyte. What's his name?
Khalil.
Shout out to my guy.
Yeah, shout out to Khalil. Shout out to him.
Shout out to my guy Khalil for Knicks Twitter for being on the Knicks-ish spaces when we were doing it and debating and arguing with us that JB was the guy. And I was like, no. Yeah. I wanted DeJounte Murray. I wanted other people in front of JB. I said, yeah, I don't mind JB, but there's other people out. And Khalil was like, nah, he's the one. The front office thought the same thing. And look at us. Look at us now. Look at our all-star, soon-to-be all-NBA player.
No, hold up. You got to fix that. star player. Our star player. Our 1A star player.
You about to make another rant happen again.
No, I just had to correct you. I just had to correct you there real quick. We gotta be
Nah,
correct. 1A star player.
you already know, and that was a great correction. But I'm just saying, a lot of rants.
Word.
And then you still got the media who won't give us our just due. I just seen a clip today about Kendrick Perkins doing what Kendrick Perkins do and defending the Knicks and saying that yes, we can go to the finals, like, and we could beat all these players. And then you got Richard Jefferson and Austin Rivers.
Yeah, Austin
Nerve of
Rivers
this
is
guy.
annoying as fuck.
He's hurt. Yo, he hating. Yo, you know he hurting.
The
He
nerve
hurting
of this guy.
still. Yo, your man is hurting still, boy.
We packed him up. Yeah, I forgot we packed him up. Yeah, but yeah, the nerve of that guy to say that we can't beat Boston or Milwaukee, but they said we can't beat
hear him. We
Milwaukee, and
lost
I'm
his
like,
audio.
who, me? Y'all can't hear me?
Yeah, we can now.
All right. Yeah, the nerve of this guy, and saying that we can't beat Milwaukee, like, yeah, you guys are not seeing the deficiency in Milwaukee. Like, y'all not, like, yes, they have Giannis. Giannis is definitely the best player on both teams. You feel me? But the way unmute yourself if you. Oh, I thought she was saying something. Yeah. Like I said, Giannis is the best person on both teams. But when you start talking about who's the second best player on both teams, I understand the history of Dame Lillard. And historically, Dame Lillard has been better. But if you're talking about this season, the right now, JB is the second best player in between those two teams. It's not even close. Dame Lillard is not even close to what JB is doing this season. And maybe is a little bit slowing down on Dame part. Dame is 33, 34 years old. This is usually the time when guys start slowing up. You know what I mean? But if you tell me put my money, and might be a little bit Nick bias, but I don't think so. You tell me put my money who I'm betting on, JB or Dame Lillard as of today, put all my money on JB.
Facts.
How many times does Jalen Brunson got to go out and show y'all that he's that guy? He's that guy. He's been proven time and time again. When you line him up against stars, even in games that we lose, he's been the best player on the court in some of these games. Like, you gotta, and who else? Somebody else, Stephen A. Smith, too, another guy who gets on my damn nerves consistently. Oh, the move is okay. It's okay. It's not who I wanted. Go out and get me. Go out and get me Donovan Mitchell. DeJounte Murray. The star chasing. Or LeBron. Bro, that was the most annoying thing in the world. Yes, sir. Yes. Alex,
very
appreciate
professional.
You. Yeah,
shout you out.
It's the most annoying thing in the world that he even put that energy out there and glazing. Glazing is the best way I could put it. Glazing LeBron, if you want to win a championship, you ask for a trade to the New York. Fuck out of here, LeBron. Stay your old ass over there and continue losing with the Lakers, buddy. Continue losing with the Lakers. Nah, I don't.
Yeah.
LeBron don't play defense no more, y'all. He don't. He picked like 2 plays the whole game to play some defense.
Yo, he'll trade everybody on the team, bro. He'll trade everybody on the team for Donovan Mitchell, for DeJounte Murray. Like, forget it, bro.
And I don't think you're far-fetched in what you said about JB, because Frank he just has to watch Gilbert Arenas' podcast. And
nasty.
So we were watching it late night into this morning, and he said the same thing. He said, I'll take JB over Lillard. And it shocked me because, he'd been hating on JB. But he said it, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I agree. I mean, I don't think it's Lillard that he's getting old. It's just him playing with Giannis is not a good fit. And I told Frank that as soon as the trade happened, because everybody's like, oh, that's perfect. It's not a good fit. It's not a good fit.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's
And I'm
not.
starting to think that Dame might be the problem why he's not successful. I don't think he's one of those that like not saying personality wise, play wise. I don't think he's one of those people who work well with others. I just don't
It's quite
think that
possible. I
he's
mean,
one of those.
in Portland, he had a team, and I mean, unfortunately, they played in the West, but it is what it is. But I mean, you're playing with the MVP of the league, and y'all looking like shit.
Yeah, and he don't play no
I
damn
think the
defense.
Right.
I think the biggest mistake the Bucks made
Getting rid of Drew
was
Holiday.
trading, huh?
Drew Holiday.
Drew, I think that was the biggest mistake, man. He was that guy. You know what I mean? Like he played defense, good two-way player. Knock down the shot when needed, and you could put him on the best guard on the other team.
Look at the
Whereas you're gonna
Boston Celtics.
yeah yeah they tough. The Boston Celtics are tough right now, so it says a lot, man. But again, then you got Doc Rivers. Since Doc Rivers got there, it hasn't even been the same either. He was supposed to help. So was really the coaching the problem in Milwaukee?
It
Because now
couldn't
you
be because
changed
they had a winning record.
right.
Yep.
So you changed the coach, and now y'all still losing. So what's really the problem over there?
I mean, I think
Like,
it's a
what's the
mix of
identity?
the fit. I think the organization has given Giannis the keys to the organization, and when you give the keys to the organization to a player, it is never a good outcome. I mean, of course, you don't want to lose a star player like him, but when decisions are made to fire a coach because he talked poorly about your brother, but was telling the damn truth, the organization needed to step in at that point and be like, no, we're not doing
No facts.
that.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't
The
know how the
Nasus
brother
is
even
dirt.
got. Yo, I don't know how he even got a roster spot, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it's confusing to me how he got a roster spot and a guy like Carmelo Anthony can't get a roster spot in the league, bro. A guy who's
Yep.
basically a Hall of Famer for years to come. Like, how Melo can't get a roster spot, but he got one. Like, it's crazy to me, bro.
Yeah, the Nasus is dirt. He's dirt. But I'm also not mad that he has a roster spot because he's got a spot that's usually reserved for people who don't play anyway. And the only time the
Right.
Nasus get on the game and when there's a blowout and it's garbage time. And that's usually when people in his roster spot play anyway, right? So I'm not mad at keeping your superstar player, one of the best players in the game, happy by hiring his brother. That doesn't bother me. But you also right that Melo don't have a spot in the NBA. It's still kind of crazy to me. But to answer
I take
Frank, answer Frank, to comment on what Frank was saying, Doc Rivers is a fraud, bro. He's a fraud head
the
coach. He's still living off of 2000 and what 2008. He's still living off of that. There's no reason why he's so regarded as this great coaching genius when he should have won a championship with the Lob City Clippers. Like, there's no reason why he shouldn't have won a championship with that team. That team was absolutely stacked. It had all the offensive talent you needed. It had had defensive talent, but he couldn't get over the coaching hump. He was one of the first coaches to lose a 3-1 lead. Yeah, I mean, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? And yeah, he's not great. Then you send him over to Philly. Philly has a solid team, has a solid team, and he still couldn't do nothing with that team and fall short, got beat by the Atlanta Hawks. Even though the Atlanta Hawks beat us that year, there's no way in the world that the Atlanta Hawks should have beat the 76ers. No way. but it did. Doc Rivers is not a good coach, and he is stealing money from the NBA and being regarded as this high level coach. But when you actually have a high level coach, then somebody like Mark Jackson that still can't get a job, but Doc Rivers is getting all the choice jobs with all the talent. He's getting all the jobs with all the talent, and he still
Mark
can't.
Jackson.
Mark Jackson is listen. No shade to Steve Kerr, because you still have to be a great coach to do what Steve Kerr has done. But Mark Jackson built that system, coached up Steph Curry, Klay Thomas, and Draymond Green, coached those guys up, and he still can't. And those guys won 4 championships using pretty much the style of play that Mark Jackson created. And now he's out of the league, and Doc Rivers is out here stealing money from organizations because him as the head coach, I'm for sure that Milwaukee is not going to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm for sure of it. Maybe they had a chance with the other guy because they was playing pretty well. They wasn't doing what they supposed to be doing, but they were still playing at a high level. With the other coach, they had a chance. With Mark Jackson, with Doc Rivers, no chance. The guy's stealing money from the NBA, bro.
Yeah. I agree, bro. I don't see it over there. And don't be surprised they fall out the top 3, top 4. Don't be surprised, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, we about to take the 3 spot once we get healthy. That's a fact. Maybe even higher than that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe even higher than that. Like I still got my eyes on number 2. You know what I mean? Still got my eyes on number 2. But yeah, we definitely gonna take the 3 spot. Because they're not that good. They're not that good, and they don't defend.
Nope.
And that's another thing too. When you compare Dame to Jalen Brunson, people knock Jalen Brunson's defense. You don't see teams going at Jalen Brunson. That's never the game plan. We're going to attack Jalen Brunson. Maybe if it's a switch where he's on a big or something like that, but that's normal basketball. But you never see that being the game plan. Like, yeah, today we attacking Jalen Brunson on the defensive end because he might not have the physical attributes to, stop taller players, but he's always in the right place. He's always in the right place. He plays pretty solid help defense. He takes charges with the best of them. Dame, he fights over screens. Dame Lillard does none of that shit. Not one of those things.
And the Chargers. Don't forget the Chargers. I think Jalen leads the league in charges. I've never seen Dame lead the league in charges.
Yeah, that's a fact. I've never seen him take one. To be perfectly honest.
I never seen him.
Never seen him take a charge.
I've never seen him.
So that's a thing. You know what I mean? Again, I don't know if y'all have any more topics.
No, I'm good. I'm done.
So yeah, so we can start wrapping up. So again, this is a time where it's gonna be rough. I have a hard time losing games, especially me. Like, even though I know we're undermanned and my emotions is not controlled. I still be upset, but after the dust settles, I go, okay, it's expected, and we got to get through this dark time. Thank God for the All-Star break to give us that extra week of rest. OG's injury is not that bad. You hear the word surgery, and you're all like, "Oh my God!" But it's not that bad.
It's a minor surgery.
Yeah, he'll be reevaluated in 3 weeks. But you could pretty much say 2 weeks now, and then we got the All-Star break, and so realistically, he's probably gonna miss like 2 weeks of 2 more weeks of basketball at minimum, right? They saying Julius Randle's being evaluated in 2 weeks. So week after All-Star. Hope God willing, we'll get Mitch back mid-March. You know what I mean? Hartenstein, we still don't have no real timetable. I think after the All-Star break, he should be good. And once that happens and we start gelling, expect another nice win streak, another 8-9 game win streak. Because I really, in the depths of my soul, don't see any team beating us. Hell, I'm really going into every game like y'all all could get work. Everybody. I don't care who it's Boston, the OKC Thunder, they number one in the West, the Timberwolves, the Milwaukee, especially the Cavaliers. I don't see why people be bigging up the Cavaliers the way they do. They didn't really get better than last year. You know, they had a nice little win streak. I'm not mad at them. Go ahead, do your thing. Oh, Fact Sims.
Yep, Sims. Yep.
Yo, Facts. He should be back soon because that's another thing too. We get him back, I think we can compete better. In the meantime, in between time, you feel me? But Almighty Finesse, this is an actual, factual, realistic thing. I think some of the panel called this at the beginning of the season that we was going to win 50 games.
50 to 53.
Yeah, I think it was Kevin and Fraz that was saying that. Yeah, so that's a possibility. We just got to get through. Man, nobody who want wreck. I hope we see the Pacers in the first round. I hope we beat Miami. I want to beat the Cavaliers too. Those are three teams I want to beat in the playoffs.
All the smoke.
Yo, and the thing is, we gotta answer for every player they have. We gotta answer for Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis. We gotta answer for Jimmy Butler, Bam. We gotta answer for Halliburton, Miles, what's his name, Miles Turner. You know, we gotta answer for these every play, even Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey.
Fact.
You know what I mean? Like, we have answers for these guys. We are well-rounded. Leon Rose built a well-rounded team to go against all these teams. So teams better watch out, man. Better stop sleeping on the Knicks.
They can continue sleeping.
Yes, we do have an answer for the Pacers. The Pacers, let me say this again. The Pacers, the 2 out of the 3 times they called us rant button. They caught us at a wrong time. They caught us at the wrong time. They caught us at the wrong time. We was hurt. Our guys was out. We made trades. Every time they played us at the wrong time. I want to see the Pacers play us when we fully healthy. When we're fully healthy.
Yo, listen. Last night they played us without none of our centers. None of our centers, and they dominated.
None of our centers,
right?
None of our
most of the game they struggled to pull away in a game that they honestly should have blew us out in, like from the jump. But when we're healthy, you said the Pacers be laughing at a hurt team.
No, let me I'm gonna ask you now, Nick 100. What game have you been watching? Because the first game we just made the trade. We traded RJ and Quick. Those guys didn't play. So what game was you watching? And in this game, we was down all Mitch, Julius, what you call it? Hartenstein, OG. Like, I don't understand. What game you watching? Sims.
No Mitchell Robinson.
Right.
Like,
come on, bro. And stop it.
And were they laughing when we came back and beat them the game before last?
And that second game.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So
undermanned. Undermanned.
Still undermanned.
Still undermanned.
Again,
come on, cut it out.
Like I said, healthy, they gonna catch wreck. Because the only reason why they beat us this last game too is because they dominated the boards. We didn't have nobody to rebound. Taj Gibson started, bro.
Right.
not only is Taj Gibson an undersized 5, he's old as dirt. Like, so yeah,
barely run down the court. can barely run down the court.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the
All right.
playoffs is a series. It ain't
All
no
right.
1 game, 2 game. No
Yeah.
team wants to
Wow.
bang with our bodies fully healthy
How
in a series.
how could you be a Knicks fan and say that?
Yeah. Listen, good
Yo,
brother,
Pass
good
that
brother,
Knicks card, bro.
good brother, good brother. Listen, when it happens, you know you're always welcomed here. You know what I mean? You
word,
know you're always welcomed here. And
word.
I got when things like this happen and people say things like this to me on this platform, I have an amazing ability to remember these things. I don't remember a lot of
Facts.
stuff, but I always remember to tell you, I told you so. That's one of my superpowers, that to be able to tell you I told you so. And I'm going to tell you so
Word.
when we're healthy and we dog walk both of those teams, dog walk them. When we dog walk both of those teams, I hope you're around for me to tell you I told you so. But always appreciate your support, good brother. Yeah, but
Facts. Facts.
healthy,
Facts.
none of those teams really want smoke. Those guys are
Nah.
laughing because they're playing a hurt team. A hurt team. Like they were supposed to win. They were supposed to win. And it was supposed to win by a lot. We didn't have no centers. We didn't have our second or third best player. Like, it was healthy, fully
And we still
healthy.
put up a what? We still put up points.
Well, 111. And
111.
then you mentioned our 2 additions ain't even have a practice with the team yet.
Word. And the first game we put up 125.
Yeah, bro. You'll
So
see.
watch. You'll see.
He's one-
You'll be the one. You'll be the one seeing. You'll be the one seeing. You will be the one seeing. You will be the one seeing. You can screen record this and all that. I don't
Always
care.
love. Always
Always
love.
love. Always
But
love.
you bugging, bro.
You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. You'll
Yeah.
see.
One I wanted, we got a game, one more game before the All-Star break, right? Or 2?
2.
We play on Monday or
Houston,
Tuesday?
and then we play tomorrow. We play Houston, and then Valentine's Day we play Orlando.
Okay. All
We're
right.
taking a W just for you, Knicks 100.
Still undermanned, right?
Word.
There's no reason why we shouldn't beat the Rockets. Even hurt. I feel like the Rockets are not that good of a team. They do have stretches where they be turning people up. I've seen it. These are stretches where they get hot and they start wilding people up. But if we at the very least have Jericho Sims back, which we should, because they said there's an illness. He was getting reevaluated before the game, and they felt it was best that he didn't play. But I think he should play tomorrow. If we at least have Jericho Sims back to help on the boards, him and Pressure should be able to get the job done. And Alec Burke and Bogey should be a little bit more acclimated, not all the way, but a little bit more. We should win that game. I don't think they have enough to beat us, even hurt as we are. Orlando, it's a different story. The team's kind of good. That team is kind of good. But I still think we can win. But we'll see. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Please press the like button. Please share. There's a lot of y'all in here. Maybe sometimes that like on my screen be frozen, but I don't like the number I see. You know what I mean? But yeah. Yeah, please press the like and share. As always, we'll see you after the game. Yeah. We'll see you after the game tomorrow. We out of here.
Peace.